I love playing digital card games, but I think we can all agree the biggest con to the genre is that you have to spend a lot of money to stay relevant. One thing that most card games have though is a free-to-play system in which you can earn free cards just by playing the game. However, some card games do it a little bit better than others. The majority of card games have you go the route of buying digital packs with either real money or in-game currency. These packs will give you a certain amount of cards, and each of them will have a chance of being a higher rarity. However, Riot Games' newest card game, Legends of Runeterra, has been receiving a lot of praise for its very generous free-to-play economy. So today we're going to compare Legends of Runeterra's free-to-play economy with the most popular digital card game ever, Hearthstone. First, let's go over the experiment. We're going to attempt to calculate how big your collection should be in each of the card games after 6 weeks of playing. This experiment will include any tutorial missions or starter quests that the game includes. We're going to assume that you play for about an hour to an hour and a half each day, and that you have a 50% win rate across the board. The only thing we're not going to include is login bonuses and event rewards, because those are typically temporary and I can't guarantee that they're going to be in the game for a long time. Now, for anyone who doesn't know the rarity structure in card games, let me just break it down really quick. Most card games go with the same rarity structure across the board. You have common, rare, epic, and legendary cards, with legendary cards being the most expensive and the most sought after in the game. So now that we know the rules to the experiment and what we're going to be learning about, let's dive into Hearthstone. In Hearthstone, for the most part, you will get cards by buying card packs with either real money or with gold, the in-game currency. Opening a pack will get you 5 cards. You're guaranteed 4 common cards and 1 rare card. I say guaranteed because any of those cards could also be of a higher rarity. Rarity in these packs are determined by percentage chances that affect each card upon opening. Those percentages have not been declared specifically by Blizzard, but Hearthstone Gamepedia has done an analysis of over 31,000 Hearthstone packs and has declared these to be the averages. Now, the biggest rule for opening packs in Hearthstone is that you will not receive a third copy of a card until you own all of the cards of that rarity for that set. This is because for common, rare, and epic cards, you can only have 2 of each card in a deck, and for legendary cards, you can only have 1. You can also obtain cards in Hearthstone through crafting. You can craft specific cards you want by using another in-game currency called dust. Now, the rarer the card is, the more dust it costs to craft. Now, to obtain dust, you have to disenchant or destroy cards in your collection. Each rarity of card has a disenchanting dust value. The main source of dust is disenchanting any extra copies of cards you obtain through opening packs. However, you can also pick any cards in your collection to destroy them at your own will. Now, after learning about how the card mechanics work in Hearthstone, let's see how big your collection should be after 6 weeks. When starting Hearthstone, you will have to complete a tutorial, beat the AI in normal mode and expert mode, and level up through the apprentice ranks to get what I would call your starter collection going. Doing the following will get you all 143 basic cards, 24 packs, and 200 gold. Each day you will get a quest that can range in value from 50 to 100 gold. The most common quest values are 50 and 60. For this experiment, we are just going to say you get a 60 gold quest every day. You also get 10 gold every time you get 3 wins in any PvP mode. On a weekly basis, assuming you complete the daily quest each day of 60 gold and get 3 wins per day, you will earn 490 gold per week. There is also a weekly Tavern Brawl that will get you 1 free classic pack per week. Now, I took the average match time from each of the top decks on Hearthstone Deck Tracker and came up with about 8.5 minutes per game on average. Assuming a 50% win rate, you'll spend about 51.5 minutes per day or around 6 hours per week playing Hearthstone. So adding up all of the gold and packs you would get with the AI quests, the apprentice ranks, and 6 weeks of regular grind, you would end up with about 30 packs and around 2,900 gold. So if you spend all your gold on packs, you would have 59 packs. Taking 59 packs and using the percentages we used earlier, you should have on average 211 commons, 67 rares, 13 epics, 4 legendaries, and of course the 143 basic cards. Now that you know what your collection should look like in Hearthstone after 6 weeks, let's take a look at Runeterra. In Runeterra, cards can be collected randomly through capsules and chests, or they can be crafted directly in your collection using wild cards and shards. Capsules will only give you cards and can vary in rarity. A regular capsule guarantees you 4 common and a rare, while a champion capsule will guarantee you a champion, epic, and 3 rares. Chests also come in a variety of rarities, but will contain both shards and cards. A bronze chest will give you 2 commons and 60 or more shards, while a diamond chest will contain 3 regular capsules and 500 or more shards. You obtain chests and capsules by leveling up your weekly vault and progressing your region road. The weekly vault is your main source of cards. It will upgrade the rewards you are able to receive based on how much experience you earn in a 1-week time frame. The region road is also a major source of obtaining cards, especially for new players. Each of the 7 regions has a progression model that rewards you with chests, capsules, cards, and wild cards as you level up the road. Lastly, you can obtain cards through crafting in your collection. Like Hearthstone, each rarity has a crafting cost, and it will cost you shards. However, a key difference from Hearthstone is that you cannot destroy your collection in order to gain a small number of shards to craft other cards. So once you craft a card and use it, it is yours forever. Also, throughout your chests, capsules, and rewards, you will obtain wild cards. Wild cards can be used in place of shards to craft a card of the same rarity. The last thing you need to know about Legend of Runeterra's random unlocks is that almost everything has a chance to be randomly upgraded. Chests have a 20% chance of being randomly upgraded to the next tier. Capsules have a 10% chance of going to the next tier. And every common, rare, and epic card you open has a 10% chance of being transformed into a wild card of the same rarity. And there's even more upgrades than that. Also, each upgrade can even double itself if you get lucky enough. However, one downfall to opening capsules and chests in Runeterra is that there's no extra card protection on common and rare cards. So even if you already own 3 copies of the cute plucky Poro, you could open a 4th and just get 15 shards instead, even if there are other common cards out there that you don't have in your collection. However, there is an extra card protection on epics and champs, so you're safe there. Now in Legends of Runeterra, you're also given 1 quest per day, which can either give you 1,000 or 1,500 experience upon completion. For this scenario, we're going to assume you get a 1,000 quest every day. Also, you get bonus experience on your first 3 wins each day, 400, 200, and 100 respectively. Each win in PvP will give you 200 XP, and your first 3 losses will give you 100 XP. So now we're going to look at how many cards you would get in 6 weeks of gameplay after adding up all of this math. Now, when you first start in Legends of Runeterra, you'll be given a 4-part mandatory tutorial and some basic decks. After, you will begin the Prologue Road, which will consist of gaining experience points to unlock specific rewards. After the prologue, you'll get into the main grind for cards. So let's take our calculations from earlier and make an average. If you play 6 games a day, win half of them, and complete your quest each day, you will earn 18,200 experience points per week. Now, according to Riot's FAQ from January 21st, most games take around 10 to 15 minutes to finish. So if we go with 12 minutes a match and 6 games a day, you will play for 72 minutes a day and around 8.5 hours a week. That's slightly longer than Hearthstone's time, but it is much more rewarding. At 18,200 experience points, you would be at Vault 11, which would get you 2 platinum chests, 1 diamond chest, 1 champion wild card, and 1 expedition token. Now, if you switch regions every week, with the 50% region boost for the first 6 regions in Runeterra, you would end up at level 12 on your region road for the week. So if we put together all of the prologue, weekly vault, and region road rewards for 6 weeks, you should be guaranteed 460 common, 182 rare, 33 epic, and 22 champions, and 11,400 shards. Now, comparing Legends of Runeterra to Hearthstone, it seems like it'd be a pretty easy pick to just pick Legends of Runeterra over Hearthstone. I mean, did you see all of those cards? However, these 2 games have very different play styles. Hearthstone's gameplay is known for being very simple and very easy to learn. Hearthstone has a very simple turn system, very easy to read and understand cards, and with only 30 cards in each deck, games go much faster than Legends of Runeterra. However, at higher ranks, Hearthstone is known to have sort of a stagnant meta after a few weeks after expansion. The meta settles down pretty quickly. There's also quite a bit of randomness in Hearthstone in a lot of their cards, and matchups can be pretty one-sided depending on what kind of deck you're playing and who you're going up against. Runeterra has a slightly more complex turn and round system with attacking and blocking units, and their card text clarity hasn't been the greatest in the past. However, a lot of people who play Legends of Runeterra really like the meta because it's changing all the time, and most games are a pretty close match, no matter who you're up against. So in the end, while free-to-play mechanics is a very important part in choosing a card game to play, you should really play both games and figure out which of the gameplays you like the most. If you like this video and you want to see more content on Legends of Runeterra, Hearthstone, or any turn-based games, please be sure to subscribe so that you can stay up to date with all my videos. You can also find me at twitch.tv/fightfight. I'm live every Tuesday and Thursday playing some turn-based games, and usually a variety stream on the weekend. They're all going to be 7/7s. Oh my gosh, I've never seen this before. Oh, and he has elusive. Oh man.